Let's solve your virtual meeting problem. Are you working from home? Are you suffering from Zoom fatigue? Do you want the most engaging virtual meetings? Well, hi, I'm Chen. I'm the author of Engaging Virtual Meetings. I've been meeting virtually for over 35 years, and now I'm sharing 6 secrets of virtual engagement. These techniques help save a Fortune 100 conference, and an attendee said this is the first Zoom where she had more energy by the end. Hey, join me for a free class on how you can create engaging virtual meetings in just 1 hour. I teach 6 steps that are working right now to fix your most common virtual meeting problems. You'll learn how to fix attendees talking over each other, right? Beat Zoom fatigue and meet for much longer. Engage everyone, even if someone else is talking. Immediately improve how you look online. Use powerful tools to get work done now, and powerfully close your meetings to increase engagement in your next meeting. When you complete engaging virtual meetings, you'll notice more energy after your virtual meetings, increased productivity from your team, and stronger participation. Training Magazine top 125 companies 2-time winner Ed Cohen says, John is not only an expert in creating engaging virtual meetings, he's my go-to person when I want to be sure that my online meetings are successful. Click now to join me for your free class on engaging virtual meetings. I look forward to helping your virtual meetings be even more engaging. Hey, I'll see you online. Hey there, this is Chen. Thank you for tuning in to the Engaging Virtual Meetings update with me. And geez, what's going on here? Lots of good things going on. You know, I got a chance this week to work with the Game Garage from GameCon. Yeah, GameCon.us. Check out that website. Shout out to Monica and Jonathan, who, of course, run that amazing program. Got a chance to work together on Training Magazine and really delivered this new class, which is called Turn on the Damn Camera. Right, that's right. And so it's really a class about 1 hour about psychological safety. And the class continues to be a hit. A lot of people attended and really got a chance to see what was going on there and find out what are the different ways. You know, the number one thing that I really brought after a year is what I call the invitation. And the invitation is, how do you ask that question? How do you ask that question to your group to make that invitation to them? And how you do it really determines whether or not people are going to reply to you and respond to you, or whether or not you're going to get crickets, right? I'm sure all of us have done it, at least even me. You've asked a question and you've gotten no reply from anybody. And 3 key things I thought were inside of that. Number one is be clear about the question that you're having, right? So give the different choices. So whether it's chat or raise your hand or raise your virtual hand, be clear, because again, I think in virtual, not everybody knows exactly where it is. So if you are out there, go ahead and give me a chat. I just actually want to see too. I'm working this cool new system, broadcasting for the first time on Restream, and I believe if I get a chat, I should be able to bring it on air here. So the second part about it is so you give the first, how do you ask the invitation, ask how to participate. The second one then is rephrase the question too, give some pieces around there, so again that people are clear what the question is. And the third piece that really goes on there is this one: be comfortable with silence. And I think the case that happens is, if you're comfortable with silence, people really realize you want the answer to the question. Because if you just talk over it, then you're saying, you know what? You don't need to say anything, right? So people started thinking about the question too, most likely, around it. And they, but if you don't give them the opportunity to answer it, then they'll go, oh, I don't need to do any work, right? So I'm just going to stop participating because you really didn't want the answer anyways. As opposed to, and one example is that, it's like, when was the last time you had an engaging virtual meeting? No, nobody? All right, well, good. I'm just going to move on. As opposed to, what's the most interesting virtual meeting that you've been on this year? And then just wait. And a couple things will most likely happen, which is the extroverts who are screaming at the silence. They're like, we got to say something. So eventually one of them will go, sure, I'll say something. And the introverts too, they get time to actually think about the question that they need. And so be prepared with that silence. And you'll find, I believe that more people will answer your questions. I believe how you ask your first question will really set up the rest of the meeting. And so as soon as somebody starts talking, you'll see the meeting start to liven up, so forth and so on. So, um, yeah, exciting working on some live stream. I'm working on a number of live streams and looking for different ways to edit those. So I'm now looking at Restream.io's system about how to bring in things. So here, watch this. I'm going to bring in a splash that I made for another company. Here we go. There we go. So yeah, so I can actually bring in things like this, and it's going to be. Um, I'll be working on this live stream, which should go. It's about a 60-minute live stream, and it's a really cool project that's working on how to get people to, and I think kids specifically, to eat better. So it's called the Dr. Young Project. But I'm also going to be using the system for the Sharks on the Beach. So 12 or more Black-owned entrepreneurs here in Seattle will be in a Shark Tank style program. Of course, a little more friendly than that, but all great. You get to see that. That should be coming up. To look for that coming up, and trying to figure out how to produce that where every person has the same ability with this. And then again, more importantly, that we have the ability to do some cool things like different transitions. So things that you can see here. I believe if I click this now, you can actually see this. And as other different people or videos come in, I could actually mix them up into different ways here. And so one of the other things here I can do too is I can actually bring in a chat overlay. So this is a chat overlay. And if I did say things like this, so messages will show up here. I can actually then highlight them here. So it's amazing a lot of the things you're doing inside of remixing that you can see inside of systems like this to make these transitions smoother. Again, I think it's a little more on the broadcast side, maybe not as much as the engaging side. Although, again, if, this has the ability to, the reason that I chose Restream.io is it has the ability to stream up to 30 platforms simultaneously. And that's really amazing when you can become a broadcasting station. And I'm trying to teach other people how to do that too. So what else is coming up? So I do have a couple things here. For those who have been presenting or need to sell virtually, I finally put together my years together collection of tips. It's coming up Wednesday at 10:30. And I got a discount code, so the class will be half off. It's basically about the price of one of my books, and you'll actually get a book with it. So the class is almost free, or the book's almost free. But presenting and selling virtually, and so the ability to do all these tricks that you've seen me do, I'm actually will do a presentation and then break it down, and more importantly, get you to do all the cool things that I've been doing. So using PowerPoint as virtual background, using video as virtual background, lots of other different things like that. And more importantly is saying, I'll even show you an example where you don't need any of that. I mean, get your foundation right, which is this, your lighting, your mic, your background, get all of these right. And you can actually do quite a bit and sell if you can really sell off of your authenticity as well as your presence and your storytelling. But we'll show you that, and we'll show you one of the most important things for you to look at for your rehearsal for your presentation coming up. As I've done speaker coaching now for probably over about 400 or 500 people last year, and seeing the repeated pattern. So that's right there, that discount code 210414. It ends in 24 hours. So go ahead and check that out. And for those of you who just met me, if you're just seeing me on the stream now and you're like, who is this guy? Well, come on and find out. I got a free class here. Always once a month, I'm running this beatzoomfatigue.eventbrite.com. It shows you the basis of engaging virtual meetings. So been free ever since March 2020, and has really, really helped me out in terms of making it here for other people. And so what else am I seeing inside of the virtual audience? It's like there's definitely a lot more platforms going on. And what else? We finally got some hop-in experience. We also ran Toucan. So Toucan is a new video-based experience. We affectionately have called it Bubbles. So if you wanted to see that, we actually used that one last Friday. I don't think it's a contender yet in the big space. I did do this, though. I did run an entire new presentation on Teams, and I haven't used Teams recently. The good news is I'm really excited to see PowerPoint live. So it hasn't been available. It should be releasing right now. Should give you the ability to walk in front of your slides in Teams. And I think that's definitely Microsoft responding to everything that's going on. Challenges. It has as many challenges as any other platform. We disconnected in the middle of one of our programs, and then of course everybody reconnected. Didn't have to do anything, so it did hold the meeting together. But I thought that was interesting. We were on for 2 hours, and we end up having one blip during that 2 hours. I think that's something that's really important that you see is that stability of all the platforms and the things that you choose. So yeah, so I thought that was good. Let's see what else is happening inside of the virtual world. Um, uh, Oh, Game Garage is every Friday, by the way. So, and I do believe that's actually free. You can check it out at gamicon.us. So, and oh, I know. Here's the last thing I'm gonna share, and then I'm gonna head out. So, I got a chance. I'm working with the city of Peoria, and I'm working on a digital escape room. And what I love about it is that two things. One is that it's based on the Alice in Wonderland, a play that was done in their theater in Arizona. And the second piece that is great about it is that they really wanted it to royalty free. So I needed to find a platform that I could use to repeat it on. And I talked with my good friend Ian Cole, who actually had one of the top presentations at Training Magazine on digital escape rooms. So he's a good person to call. We talked it over and we ended up choosing Google Forms. I know it sounds simple, but Google Forms allowed us to put in photos, videos, play the whole thing. And I designed an escape room with 9 rooms so that you come back to a center room and you can choose any of the 9 rooms to play through that whole scenario. And it really worked. We hit the target for the so far on all the trials, and it's much actually, it's very easy to play. So you just stick an email address and go. And I think that is something that is really important in terms of getting other people to adopt um, a digital escape room and things like that. So anyways, I hope you engaging virtual meetings are going great. We're seeing the whole nation get vaccinated. Look forward to see what that means in the meeting space and see if hybrid or other things are going to emerge. I'll try and give you some other intel that I have on that later. But for now, I think I'll just give you this closer. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.